Ladies and gents, Manchester United are in for, I would probably argue, the busiest transfer deadline day that we may have ever had. And I'm going to start off with some fantastic news. Now, if you're not subscribed to United People's TV, make sure you do subscribe. I'm going to be live multiple times today covering all the stories. Hopefully, United signing one goalkeeper, maybe two goalkeepers. Probably not. Midfielder, don't think that's going to happen, but we'll cover everything. And what about sales? That's where we start off with really, really good news from David Ornstein, confirming that Manchester United have reached an agreement for the sale and the permanent sale of Antony. You've seen all the mad attempts by Real Betis to lowball United. Wait until the end of the window. Antony wants a payoff and a severance package. He gets absolutely nothing from United. Real Betis get nothing to do with 50% economic rights and sharing and on loan and this and that. No, sod that. United have got a permanent deal for Antony. Let's read through the full story of what this deal is. United and Real Betis have reached an agreement on a €25 million package for the transfer of Antony, and the deal will include a 50% sell-on clause. Some sell-on clause, that. So you imagine, Antony, we've sold for more than 25 mil. Well, euros anyway. The Athletic reported on Friday that United had agreed a fee in principle with Betis to return to the club, but the deal was in a balance amid tension over how they settled the proposed multi-million-pound salary reduction Antony would face. United will now make no further payment to the player. This is pretty much as good a deal as United were going to get. Is €25 million a low offer for Antony? In my honest opinion, no. Was 70, 80 million to buy Antony in the first place an overly inflated price? Yes, and therefore that makes that €25 million feel low. I think it's a relatively fair price for a player who had absolutely no future at United and who was bang average beyond belief. It's just the fact that we overpaid massively for him. Now, if we talk about what's done, and there's one big conversation we're having about what isn't done, that now means that Rashford has left United on loan with an obligation, I think, for, was it €40 million? Was it thereabouts? It might have been a little bit less, actually. Antony now leaving for a €25 million permanent fee with a 50% sell-on clause. Garnacho is left for, what was it? Was it £40 million plus a 10% sell-on clause? I do wish we got more for that. I'll be honest, I think that of all the sort of fees and the prices, the Garnacho one is the one I go, I wish United were able to get more for that. And Højlund is left on loan with an obligation of €45 million, and I think that kicks in if Napoli reach the Champions League. But the one big one that's remaining, and of all the players that I wanted United to shift on this summer, this lad was top of my list. An absolute dick at the highest order who I want nowhere near my football club ever again. And I can't believe Villa would go in for him. But Villa, I love you, man. Come on, Villa. I wonder if United are trying to do this as part of the Emi Martinez. Don't know. You got Fabrizio saying that it's a separate deal, but both in the same conversation. It may well have been United that have floated this conversation and pushed it, saying, look, if the Emi Martinez deal is going to happen, then, well, the Jadon Sancho conversation has to happen as well. Sancho is so damn lucky that Villa are having a conversation about him. I mean, he does not deserve a top 10 Premier League team right now to be having a conversation about him. What is it? Roma, Juve. I can't remember the other clubs that have been linked with the move for him. He just doesn't deserve it. Either way, this may well work out for United. Just shift him on. And if we can move... Højlund, United made a decision on Højlund to go and sign Šeško. And people are like losing their shit over Šeško because he's not playing as much as we would have wanted straight away. I'd never look into it too much at the very beginning. And let's be honest, United are creating enough chances right now without Šeško. Not scoring enough of them, though. But the main story here, as I said, I was going to judge Ineos on how well we did in the transfer window in terms of signings and sales, because we needed to sell properly this summer. And given the stories I saw a couple of days ago about, well, we know what Real Betis have been trying all summer. Chelsea did it with Garnacho, and you could argue that Chelsea got their own way. And let's be honest, Chelsea do get their own way in the transfer window. I don't know how they get away with what they get away with. What I do, they just sell a hotel to a different part of the club. They just sell their women's team to themselves. That's exactly how they get away with it. But Chelsea operate differently in transfer windows, and they got a low price for Garnacho. Yeah, but he's a dick as well. He's kind of made that clear. So I'm not really too upset about that. I thought United were really going to get shafted over this Antony deal. I thought it would end up being him going out on loan, probably with an obligation, but instead it's 25 mil. That's the permanent fee. 50% sell-on clause. That's a heck of a thing to get added onto it. And on top of that, we're not paying any sort of, what's it called? Termination payment. You know, when Harry Maguire was supposed to move to West Ham and the move collapsed because United weren't willing to pay the difference in the wages. Now, either this means that Antony is foregone that termination clause on that contract, or Real Betis have paid it. I'm guessing it's going to be the fact that he's foregone it. But this is a great way to start transfer deadline day. Now all United have got to do, as I said, is go and find a club for Sancho, sign a goalkeeper. Like if today goes like a dream, and it won't, because it never does. Finding a new club for Antony, done. Finding a new club for Jadon Sancho needs to happen. Finding a new club for Altay Bayindir, which won't happen. Selling Onana, which is never ever going to happen. Signing a new goalkeeper. I've already made my... So I want United to sign Sen Lemons, but it could well be Emi Martinez. Would I be upset about that? No, I think United's goalkeeping situation would be improved, but he wouldn't be the goalkeeper that I would go big on. And an ideal world, a midfielder. So what's that? 5, 6 transfers in and out on deadline day? I don't know. But at the very least, this is a really good start. All right. Now, you can let me know what you think in the comments below about whether you think 25 million euros is a good price for Antony. I think it is. I just think the fact that we it's not the worst transfer United have ever made, because Jadon Sancho, well done, lad. You've taken that mantle. But in terms of the fee that we paid, oh my God, what an absolute catastrophe that was. And remember that it started off at 40 million. Let's not think about the signings Erik ten Hag made. It would make me upset. One done. More to go on deadline day. Make sure you subscribe to United People's TV if you aren't already a subscriber, because I will be live at 10 a.m. and I'll be live throughout the day, because it's going to be a very busy one.